I've pinned my video so you people will be able to see properly. So first we'll see section orthographic. Now all of you know what do you mean by orthographic. Orthographic is converting 3 dimension into 2 dimension. Now we have a sectional orthographic. So in that we'll have an object like this, right? And you divide this object into 2 parts. So this is normal orthography. And why we do section? Because I want to see in a detail, right? So if I'm just assuming it, I'm not going to cut it. If I'll just assume that it is going to get cut, so how it will appear? So it will appear like this. I guess all of you have understood this much, right? That this is, so what we do generally, we draw cutting plane line. This is, let's say, cutting plane line AA. So this is AA, right? And when you cut like this portion is getting cut, this portion is getting cut, so that will be dark, dark, and the hatching will come here. Okay, so this is one part. Now when you see my textbook, and there are I think 8 to 10 sums, if you do that, so that is fine. Now today I'm going to teach something different. Let's say all of you know, if you have a 3D figure, how you can do section. But let's say what you have seen in your specimen paper, that they will give you 2 views, and they will ask you to do section. So that time, how will you do it? Okay, it is like this. Cutting plane is passing through this way. Now we have no idea about the object and all. I'll give you one more concept before starting with this sum. There is a concept called rib. Let's say if you have an object like this, and there is a thin plate which is joining this part, top part, to the bottom part. So when you see in ortho, it is this way. Am I right? Top view would be like this. So there is a slot like this. So when I do section here, when I cut sectional front view along AA like this, how it will come? It will come right. So this portion will get hatched. This portion will get hatched when you cut like this. Here I'm not hatching this part. It's called rib. Why we don't hatch rib? Whenever you cut along the length, we don't hatch. So there is a rule: along the length, across the length. So this is along the length. So first of all, this rib is not a part of this object. It's an external member. It is just there for support, right? So it is not a part of the object. So at times, if I'll hatch this, then those technical people, they may get confused with this. So to avoid that, what I'm doing, I'm not hatching this part, rib part, right? So whenever you have a big portion, when you cut from the rib, we don't hatch. That is first rule. So in this case, what will happen? This will become dark, this will become dark, and they will be hatching like this. We won't be hatching in this area. This is the rib. Okay. Now let's say if I cut this way, if I remove the top portion, let's say if I want to show you this, So this is when you cut from here, see this. So like this, you show cutting plane in. Now, one very interesting thing, when you're drawing sectional front view, cutting plane will be in top view. When you're drawing sectional top view, cutting plane will be in front view. Always cutting plane will be in other view. Always remember that. All of you got this? This you have to keep in mind. Now, when it is getting cut like this, from here you project this down, wherever it will cut this part, then you hatch this. Like this. This is how it will appear in top view. Got it? Any doubt in this? So when you cut a rib along the length, parallel, that time we don't hatch. But when you cut across, perpendicular, like this, we hatch. So how I remember, whenever you remove major portion area, we don't hatch. See this rib ka major portion area, we don't hatch. But when you remove minor portion area, we hatch. So this you have to keep in mind. Now we'll see our sum. So today I don't expect you people to give me any answer or anything. I just want you people to understand what I'm trying to explain to you. It's a new thing. And the next time we will have more worksheet. I will email it to you, or maybe I will send it to you on the group. So you will have a beforehand, and then we will discuss all those sums. There are some around 8 sums. If you do those 8 sums, that is more than enough for this chapter. Okay. 99.99% they will give you such kind of diagram only in section ortho. So even if you don't know section ortho well, or some of you might have a issue that, oh, how will I manage those big sums, 3D to 2D and all those. So this will be thoda taken care of. Even if you draw this much out of 15, you will easily get 10 marks. So only copying these two view will give you 10 marks. Remember that. Now there is a section part. They will give you something like this, and they will say draw sectional front view along AA top view, right? So in this case, sectional front view along AA. Now I already told you, if it is a sectional view, then the cutting plane line will be in other view. So cutting plane line is here. So this is which view? Top view. This is which view? Front view. Now what we have to do? We have to do sectional front view. So we have to cut. Now we don't have 3D diagram for this. And I really want to do section of this. So I don't have any idea. How should I go about it? Let's say I am blank. I don't know any concept, nothing. I just know that wherever it is getting cut, you have to do hatching. And for rib, there is some rule. These two things you have to keep in mind. So what I will do, I will keep my hand on this cutting plane line. I will keep my hand or scale, whatever you feel comfortable. You can keep. And then I will see wherever the cutting plane is cutting it. I will highlight with different color. If you see cutting plane is cutting here, cutting plane is cutting here, this entire rib wala portion, this part, this much. All of you understood this much? That this cutting plane is cutting only this portion. Here it is not cutting anything. Why? Because it's a hollow thing. All of you are with me in this. This is hollow. Then this rib is getting cut. Then again this part is getting cut. Over here it's hollow. Over here again it is getting cut. So how should I proceed? So I know wherever it is getting cut, I have to hatch. So I will start hatching it. Now I will know one more rule. This is actually very rule based, because we are doing it something unnatural. We are not seeing the 3D diagram. We are just doing it from 2D. So you have to keep a certain thing in your mind, that whenever you cut dotted line, it becomes dark. Whenever you cut dotted line and it becomes dark, and it's like a Lakshman Rekha. मतलब section one line एक side पे है तो दूसरी side पे नहीं आएगा. There is a section on right side. So left side, there won't be any section. Because of this Lakshman Rekha, the dotted line will become dark. Whatever the cut dotted line. Remember that. Then over here, it's hollow. You're not cutting anything over here. So over here, nothing will come. All this line will go away. You have to erase it. Then you are cutting this part. Again, same, you see a dotted line, it becomes dark. So now section won't come here, because if I do section here, then it will clash with this. So that means I have to do section here only. And that also I know from here. So again, I'll do section. Now, whenever I will see thin strip like this, I'll be careful. So I know that this is rib. So I will avoid this, because I don't know that maximum minimum area and all those things, parallel cutting, perpendicular cutting. Let's say I don't know anything. No problem. What you do, you ignore this. Then you come this side. This is getting cut. This part is getting cut. So again, hatching. Again, you came across dotted line. So dotted line will become dark. Understood? Again, over here, nothing, right? So again, this will be dark. Hatching will come. Now, this portion is getting cut, so that's why hatching will come. Now, out of these two, which portion I should hatch? Now, remember one thing. By default, everyone is lazy, right? So if I have to hatch, out of two portion, one portion I have to hatch. Now, one is parallel, one is perpendicular, rib, all those things I know, but still I want to take easy way out. So tell me, out of these two portion, which one is the minimum area? The lower one. So what I'll do, I will hatch that portion. Finish. So we are done with sectional front view.
So can you explain that last part you just explained again?
Yes. So what I'm saying, that when you have two portion, right, of a rib, this is rib 1, this is rib 2. See this, 1 and 2. So I don't know which one to hatch. So I will always go for the minimum hatching. Second, one more way how you can remember that this section is always continuous process. So see, now imagine that it is coming like this and this way. I'll give you another example. Let's say if I'm hatching this, I've hatched this portion, I'm hatching this portion, this portion. Now I'm confused between these two. According to my rule, it says minimum area. Let's say if I go for maximum area. Oh my God, it looks so shabby. Always remember, your drawing should look good. So out of these two figure, which one you feel aesthetically good? Matlab, thoda you see, it is looking nice or something like that. This above one. Got it? This we are saying, we are not going behind the 3D portion and all those things. This I can draw it in 3D. I can explain to you parallel, perpendicular. But I'm saying that with this, can you understand? Like let's say if you want to see 2D, sorry 3D, it is somewhat like this. This came in board exam, like 3D SI. So when you cut from here, what happens? When you cut like this will happen. This way. Got it? So in this is getting cut, so hatch. This is getting cut, hatch. This is getting cut, hatch. This is getting cut, hatch. Now there are two rib 1 and rib 2. So if you see rib 1 is getting cut parallel along the length. So we have a rule, whenever you cut along the length, we don't hatch. So this portion I'm not going to hatch, part 1. If you see part 2, we are cutting it across. See, the rib 2 is like this, na? And I'm going to cut like this. Got it? So that means rib 2 is getting cut perpendicular. So whenever I cut perpendicular, I have to hatch. Why it is like this? Because we should have some difference between parallel cutting and perpendicular cutting. Otherwise, it will be problematic. So what they came up with, that whenever you have an additional part, as I said here, whenever you have an additional part, right? So whenever we cut along the length, we don't hatch. But when you cut across like this, perpendicular, we hatch. The same thing we have seen here in this diagram. You understood now this 3D figure, and now have you understood this section part?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now I'll explain you one more. Now this sum is in first angle. Now I'll give you third angle example. Same sum, slight change. This actually nobody will teach. That's a problem. No school will teach you like this. They will say we have done this. It's simple. In this you'll have better idea. Now this is third angle. As I said, I will draw cutting plane over here. Sectional front view along AA. So this is front view. This is top view. Got it? Now let's do this now. Again, now see, in first angle, observer is away from the body. He will see from here, he will draw it here. He will see from the top and he will draw it down. Observer is always away from the body. See, this is not there. So in this front view, top view, observer is here. He will see from here, he will draw it here. He will see from here, he will draw it here. In third angle, observer is in between. He will see from here, he will draw it here. Got it? This you need to keep in mind. Now, how do you know that we have to keep it like, see this arrow? Can you see this arrow? See this. So that means person is watching it from here. In this, see this arrow. It's from here down. So person is watching it from down. All of you got this? So this is the basic difference between first angle and third angle. In the next class, we will do this exercise of first angle, third angle. Now we need to see section part. So again, I will keep my hand like this on the cutting plane, and I will see what all portion is getting cut. So again, I will use red pen. Over here, I'm not cutting anything. There is a slot. Here also, I'm not cutting anything. This portion I'm getting, right? This portion is getting cut. This portion is getting cut. And this rib is getting cut. All of you got this? All of you understood the difference between this sum and this sum? In this, I have kept one keyway and one slot like this. So when I do section, over here it is cut. So this will be hatch. See, whenever I will cut, I will do hatch. And whenever I will come across dotted line, which is getting cut, it will become dark. So this much is fine. Then over here, I'm not getting anything. Here we are not cutting any part. This again, dotted line will become dark because it is getting cut, hatching. Now let's say I don't know about this Ripka thing. I forgot. It's okay, no problem. Come this side. Can you see it is getting cut? Yes. So this dotted will become dark and the hatching will come. Right? Now you tell me, out of these two portions, which portion I should hatch? So then it will look nice. You want to go with this or this? This, right? If you do section in this, it will look nice. So that's why I will go for this. Now we need to think. When you cut like this, you can see this part now. Earlier it was dotted. Why? Because we couldn't see. Let's say if I'll change this sum like this. So there is a slot over here, right? This part, which we can't see. So, but when I remove this front part, I can see that line. So that line will become dark. Just give me a minute. So what I was saying, that when you see from here, you can't see this edge. But when you cut, now then you can see, right? So that edge will become dark. Now there won't be any hatching because we are not cutting anything. This line will go away. Whenever this line, extension line will come, na, so always you have to erase those lines. Here we are not cutting anything. So this line will go away. Then again over here, we are not cutting anything. So there won't be any hatching. But again, the same funda. Now this line I can see. All of you can see this edge, we can see now. It's this way. Right? So we can see that edge. So that will become dark, but there won't be any hatching. So this is how it will come. So this is now sectional front view. So do you people have any query in this? Okay. Okay. Check. So there is no query. So we'll go for the next one. So this is just one type I explained. Now I'll give you one more sum and then you tell me how to go about that. Okay. How about the sum which is there in our specimen paper? Let me open it. Drawing it big so everyone can see clearly. This line is not there. It's my mistake. It's actually dotted. It's like this and something like this. Dotted. This is your specimen paper sum and we have no idea. Okay. See the arrow is from here. So what you can make out? The observer is watching it from here, right? So can we try this? Okay. So when you cut from here, cutting plane line, so you can keep your hand or scale and you see what all portion is getting cut. This is getting cut. This is getting cut. That's it. Over here, nothing is getting cut. So only this part, but this you don't have to do it in exam. Remember this, I'm doing it only for your explanation. This you have to do it in rough. Maybe if you can do it for tougher, then you just see how it is. Otherwise, with practice, you will get it automatically. See this. So I'm just explaining you. So that's why I'm doing it like this. So this is getting cut. So what will happen? Wherever it is getting cut, hatching will come. Then again, whenever you see a dotted line, it becomes dark. Again, it is getting cut. Wherever it is getting, over here it is getting cut. So this dotted will become dark. The hatching will come. Now this part is getting cut till here. So this dotted will become dark, right? And this will go away. This line will go away. Why? Because this is one unit only, na? This entire thing is one unit, and it's still down. So this section will come till down like this. Now, when you see from here, what will happen? You'll be able to see circle, but only half. This will be dotted. You won't be able to see this dotted, this circle dark. It will be dotted. Why? Because when you see from here, circle is here behind. It's not here. Got it? If you want to see 3D figure, few people will like, no, sir, I want to see 3D figure, how it will be. So here is 3D figure. See like this. So this is what I was saying, that when you see from here, you can't see that circle full. Got it? So this is either you can remove it. So when you're doing section, so you do it like this. Got it? See, when I cut from here, how it will appear. This way. Understood? This is how it will come. So this portion will get hatched. This portion will get hatched. Only this much portion. See this. Over here, there won't be any hatching because we are not cutting anything. Understood? Any doubt in this? This is your specimen paper question. So this is for how many marks? 15 marks for question number 4. Question 4, 15 marks. Not bad. I hope you people have understood what I'm trying to explain you.
Yes.
Okay. Any doubt? Anyone? We'll be doing, we'll be doing 7-8 sums like this. So you have a better idea of section orthography. No need to visualize this 3D figure. This I'm doing it only for your understanding, for concept. For this. In exam, let's say you will have only these two view and they will give you this cutting plane. So what you have to do, you have to keep your hand, see wherever it is getting cut, hatch, hatch, finish. That's it. You don't have to do anything extra. Okay. Now I'll give you one more sum. Last sum for the day. Now, this is kind of a horse shoe and a cylinder. Now you people have to tell me, okay? According to that, I will do.
So this will be first angle, right?
Yeah, this is first angle. They will give you first angle, third angle. They will write top view, front view. They will say draw sectional front view along AA top view. So you don't have to worry about that. So even if you copy this much, you will get 10 to 12 marks. Not bad. Just copy this much. Okay. Now cutting plain lines. So I will keep my see arrow is like this. So observer is watching it from here, right? So this will go away. So I'll just mark wherever I can feel that okay, this is getting cut. This part is getting cut till here. Then nothing is getting cut over here. There is a slot. It's a cavity. Over here also it's a cavity. Right? So we'll start from here. So am I one sec. I made a mistake. There is no dotted line over here. Okay, ignore this. There is no dotted line. So when I'm cutting it like this, first thing I'm cutting it is this part. Dotted will become dark. So hatching will come here. Because there is no hatching here, so hatching has to be here because I'm cutting the dotted line. Now again same issue, 1 and 2. Which one you have to hatch? That you people know. I'll go ahead. This is getting cut. This dotted will become dark. Out of 1 and 2, which one I should hatch? 2. Right? Because the smaller. Always remember the smaller part. Am I cutting anything over here? No. Here? Yes. No. Here also I'm not cutting anything. So what will happen? This will become dark. That's it. Over. All of you understood? So now this is sectional front view. Have you understood? All of you understood this?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I'll do, I will show you a few videos also. Like, so then you'll have a more idea. Just I'll pause it. Okay. So now if you see in this, wait. Now if you see in this, the cutting plane line is like this. See from here. So if I'll take this cutting plane line, okay, and one second, I'll put this up. So this is the cutting plane line. Got it? So if you see where all it is getting cut, which portion, which area they are cutting. So that we need to see. So I'll just do thoda thick so you'll have an idea. See, it's getting cut over here. This is getting cut. This is getting cut. Entire thing is getting cut. Okay, this portion is complete. Okay, check. So now how to go about this then? Let's say if I want to draw. So here it will be, this line will become dark, right? Then the hatching will come. And if you remember, see there is over here, there is a gap. See this, there is a gap and there is dotted line. So that means there is something which is hidden over here, which we don't know and which is over here. So whenever you come across dotted line, when you cut dotted line, what will happen? When you cut dotted line, it will become dark. So these two lines will become dark. Got it? Then over here we are not cutting anything. So yahan pe all these things won't come. Then again you are cutting it over here. So this will be dark. Then here you are cutting it. So the hatching will come. So I'm not doing hatching. Okay, I'll do hatching with this only. I think that will be better. So hatching will come here. See this. This is just a understanding. Next week when we do 7-8 sums, you'll have an idea. how to go about it and all. And it's everywhere it will be the same concept. See this. So the hatching is done. Got it? Now this again the rib wala thing. Remember I told you the bigger area and smaller area. So now all of you know it should be in which area? Smaller area. Right? Now again if you see you are cutting the plate. You are not doing anything with this dotted line. So here nothing will come with the dotted line. Dotted line will go away. Only the axis line will remain because that we need to show. But dotted line के साथ कुछ भी नहीं होगा because we are cutting the plate. So this way it will be. See this. Got it? So this is how it will come. This is front view and this is sectional side view. Understood? Now we'll see in video also how it goes. So we'll have an idea. What I'm
इसलिए मैं ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ. जब आप ऊपर से देखेंगे ना तो ये रिप का इंटरसेक्शन आप लोग को नहीं दिखेगा, तो उसका इंटरसेक्शन होगा. ये डॉटेड आया.
Okay, see this.
सेक्शनल साइड व्यू अलोंग ए, तो ये कट हो रहा है तो वो डार्क हो जाएगा. ये डार्क होगा. ये देखो इतना पोर्शन चला जाएगा, रिप चला जाएगा, तो ये उड़ा देते हैं.
See, I told you ना, this line won't be there. वो it will go. मैंने बोला उड़ा दे. ठीक है. Over here it is blank. Okay.
ये डार्क, ये कट हो रहा है तो यहाँ पे हैचिंग आएगा. ये रिब है, राइट, और नीचे का बेस प्लेट है वो भी कट हो रहा है. ये सर्कल नहीं दिखेंगे क्योंकि वो पीछे है. अभी हैचिंग करते हैं. इधर आएगा, ऊपर सर्कल के नीचे वाले पार्ट में भी आएगा, और रिब जो पैरेलल कट कर रहे हैं उसमें नहीं आएगा. देखो इधर तो हॉलो है, इधर हैचिंग आएगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है इसलिए हॉलो है. ये जो पार्ट है रिब, एक पैरेलल है और एक परपेंडिकुलर कट हो रहा है. ये पैरेलल कट हो रहा है और पीछे वाला परपेंडिकुलर. तो जो भी छोटा पोर्शन है उसको हैच करते हैं हम लोग. वैसे भी याद रख सकते हो. इधर हैचिंग नहीं आएगा क्योंकि पैरेलल कट है. अभी प्लेट कट हो रहा है तो पूरा आ जाएगा. उसमें वो डॉटेड गायब हो जाएंगे क्योंकि वो पीछे के साइड है. ये जो डॉटेड है वो पीछे के साइड है. देखो कटिंग प्लेन के.
See, those circles are behind. So when you cut, they are behind, na? It won't make that much of a difference.
के पीछे है तो उसको दिखाना जरूरी नहीं है. हाँ, एक्सिस लाइन दिखा सकते हो. एक्सिस लाइन बना दो. आशा
करता हूँ कि आपको ये समझ में आया होगा. Why I do all this? ठीक है, चलो. Understood? Any doubt in this? So next week when we'll meet on Tuesday, what we will do, I will give you a sheet beforehand only, and those sums you have to try section on your own. Matlab, we will be doing it simultaneously, like I'll be doing it on my camera and you do it at your place, and it won't take much time. You know, in half an hour, 45 minutes, we can finish 7-8 sums. So that will be more than enough. Understood? All of you understood? And those who are coming,
understood.
and those who are coming offline will be doing a section orthographic practice anyway, like we are doing it. But this is something additional which I wanted to share, that you know section orthographic can be done like this. So that's why I took online class. Now we have offline, very much offline till the time government allows, because they have allowed for 10th and 12th standard. They have allowed classes and schools are going on. So let's see how it goes and we'll work accordingly.